whole deal with immigration reform is that, to me, none of it makes sense until we secure the borders. I mean, anything that we do, understanding the purpose behind immigration law. The purpose behind immigration law, number one, is to protect the health and safety of Americans. That's number one. So there's health and safety issues when people enter our country from other countries, and we want to be sure that it's in our best interest to allow them in legally. And secondly, to protect America's jobs. And so anything that's occurring that threatens either of those two fundamental purposes of immigration or immigration reform has to be looked at and probably cast aside. But until we can secure these borders, none of it makes sense, because all that we would be doing is creating additional incentives for more illegal aliens to come across the border to take advantage of whatever path to citizenship or whatever we might have. If we do come up with some type of a path to citizenship after securing our borders, then it makes sense to me that we go back to those basic purposes. Is it in America's best interest? Is it in the best interest of Americans from a health and safety standpoint, as well as from a job standpoint, to allow these individuals to become legalized or naturalized? And if not, they need to be deported. I mean, I think that's very clear, and I don't think we can allow the illegal aliens that have come here illegally to jump in line ahead of the people that have been working towards citizenship and trying to do it according to the rules. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. I think that's morally unsound. We've got the whole issue with anchor babies, which is a real problem, because of our 14th Amendment allows any person that's born or naturalized in the United States is automatically declared a citizen. This, of course, was ratified right after the war between the states as a way to grant citizenship to the recently freed slaves and their children, which was a great thing to do and needed to be done. However, that is now being used as an incentive, I guess you could say, for people to come across the border, have a child. You know, a pregnant woman comes across the border, has a child here on American soil, and now they're granted all the rights and privileges of an American citizen, even though they were born to illegal aliens. So these are some really, really tough issues, but we've got to secure the border first. And here's, let me say one more thing about that, because just coming from Afghanistan, tell me how much sense this makes to you. We're over there in Afghanistan with our military trying to secure their borders, and we're not securing them. To me, that's a huge disconnect.